Hello there, Internet. How's it going? Welcome back to the show. Thanks for clicking on this one. My name is Pat Dan, and today I have a little video to show you, a series of videos to show you. I just wanted to share this with the fan base. It's something that I find a little bit humorous. We love humor on the channel. We love humor, and we love insight, and we love knowledge, and all three of those things. All How many things did I list? All of those things, however many, humor, insight, knowledge, that's three. All three of those things that I just listed are present in this series of um, videos, you might call them. I would prefer short films. They're a little more artsy than just your bog standard YouTube video. So, I mean, I think it's more film adjacent than it is video adjacent. You want to give it that little boost of credibility just because it's worthy of it. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have seen this video. It's not necessarily a video that you see around nowadays, but 2 years ago, whenever this was posted, yeah, I remember it being a pretty popular little clip, and this circulated. Obviously, obviously, you're familiar. You've seen it. Circulated a bit, and it was everywhere for a brief time. You couldn't really go anywhere on the internet without seeing that clip, and it had a certain grip on humanity, a certain hold that no other video since has. I think it's quite a cultural milestone, if you ask me. But most don't like to dig as deep as I when looking at these videos, and I've known about this channel for a long time. I just recently remembered it and came back to it and found it to be even just that little bit more funny. Having looked at it now, um, so I looked into who is this individual depicted in this video. Looking at the camera, licking their lips, rubbing their hands together. I came upon this channel, Dale's Mafia, also King Williams on other platforms. I'm pretty sure they're inactive now, but I see this channel and I'm actually thoroughly impressed by like the positive kind of vibes going on here, right? Like they're making decent content in terms of like staying positive. Like they're having nice messages to say in their videos, and they're like, yo, you gotta ignore the haters, bro. Like stay you, like don't let yourself falter. And I see like all the videos about like my coming out story, living my truth. I'm like, oh, okay, this is like a progressive individual. Like they are clearly, they're a trans man, and like they clearly must have, in my head, this is kind of my line of thinking. I was like, oh, they must have progressive ideals, because that's just the way I think. So I was like, oh, they're probably like very, very, very accepting of people, and treat specific topics with sensitivity. And then I see Smash or Pass with King Williams, where it's literally just your classic Smash or Pass, which, I mean, nothing wrong with Smash or Pass. I mean, it's fine, I guess, but it's also like, it seems just a little, like, I don't know, it seems like a little bit of objectification, and it's like a little weird, especially the way Dale's Mafia treats it. Like there's no other element to it other than, would I like have intercourse with this person based on their attractiveness? There's no like, oh, do I think that they seem like cool? Like, because it's celebrities, right? So they don't go, oh, like Billie Eilish, she seems like she'd be really cool. Like, yeah, like maybe I'd want to, get to know her. Like she seems chill. That doesn't play a role at all into the decision. It's just pure raw smash or pass. Like there's no uh any emotional addition to the words. It's just smash or pass. That's it. So Billie Eilish comes up. It's like, no, Billie Eilish, not my type. I respect it. I respect it. It's just not. For me, it was funny because it subverted expectations to me. A classic punchline move. And then it came to this, and this was kind of like this was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. Too funny to pass up. I just this little moment kind of changed my life.
Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole? Do y'all, baby? Keisha Cole. I'm smashing. Straight like that. We smashing.
Oh man.
We smashing
That's
people.
good, bro. That is like that's a top tier quality video. Just for that one moment, like come on. Also, he has like a he seems to have this kind of mindset of like he has this idea in his mind that he's making like actual high quality content. I don't know, the way he talks about his videos sometimes he's like, we're coming out with bangers, we never stop. The grind never stops. Bangers every day. Tune back in tomorrow for some more bangers. This is top tier content and we're back on the grind set. Like some stuff that I say basically is what I'm trying to get at. And I say it because I know I'm making good quality banger content, but it seems like King Williams is just on a different plane where their idea of banger content does not align in any sense with the human ideology of what banger content should be. Like, I just don't know. Sitting down and saying, "Hey guys, we're gonna do Smash or Pass." I have some names pulled up on my phone. We're gonna pull up the Instagrams, and then I'm just gonna say Smash or Pass on them. And yeah, that's the video. Like, I mean, that just to me, it seems primitive. It seems archaic in terms of concept and form factor. I'm not trying to diss the content. It just doesn't necessarily seem like something that you'd be hyping up as much as King Williams does. And for that, I commend them. They have a sense of self respect and confidence that not many do. And in that sense, they're a goat. Okay, they're a goat. Quite honestly, they're a goat. But I mean, come on, just like I don't know the motions that they were doing there, the tone of voice that they were using. It was just peak humorousness, peak humor. You might even say some of the funniest things that have ever graced this platform are people taking themselves too seriously. I think King Williams takes themselves very, very immensely seriously, more so than probably any other human being on this planet. And I think that's great. I think that's beautiful in any other context except for being watched by thousands of eyes, or at least I actually don't think that video had that many views. It probably did have about 1K, I think, if my memory serves me right. But when you're being broadcast to people like that, I think you just gotta have a little bit more restraint. You gotta be willing to say that you're not the best to do it, because some people in the comments are gonna call you out and say you're not the best to ever do it, regardless of whether or not that's the case. You got to stay humble, because I do believe King Williams is the best to ever do it, but you got to stay humble nonetheless. So I think it's important to keep that in mind. Just my perspective. Just wanted to give my 2 cents on the issue. It's a pressing. I always stay up to date with the hottest topics, and this is a big one. People are talking about this video. It's one of the most popular videos happening in the space right now. So, figured I'd throw my hat in the ring. Simple as that. Anyway, what really perplexes me actually a little bit is, like, since when in human history did we decide that, like, trying to make someone like you entailed like this downward gaze, like turning your head down, looking up at them, and like licking your lips and like stroking your face? Like, where does that come from? It just I can't imagine, because it doesn't make sense. Like, a caveman wouldn't be doing that. Like, it's not something that's like baked into our being. So, like, when did it start is my question. Like, was there a movie at some point where people watched it and they were like, oh, that guy, he's attractive and he did this one move, so we got to start doing it? Or was it just something that started happening? Like, did people just start doing it? I don't believe that. I believe that there had to be at least one moment where something happened and people were like, wait a minute, this is actually the move. Like, we've been missing out, and this is actually the move. Like, if you wanna have some game, you gotta hit the tongue lick maneuver, the lip licking. Sorry, not the tongue lick. You do lick with your tongue, but you're licking your lips, so just a little known nomenclature there. Anyways, King Williams, fantastic human being. I feel like you look at that and you're like, oh, it's got to be facetious, right? But it is in no way like supposed to be a joke. Like it's just the way they carry themselves, and I think that's very funny. I mean, I think it's great if that makes you feel happy. Go ahead, do what you're gonna do. But it's also like pretty funny to watch. Like it just is kind of like just the fact that that's something people do, and it's like just a random thing that we've decided. You know what? This is how I'm gonna attract a mate. You know that like imagine cavemen doing that. Like I'm looking to attract a mate. I'm gonna hit him with this maneuver. It's pretty genius, honestly. I think people need to step up to the plate and start, showing what they got. Because it's an underused game mechanic. I'll say that. Anyways, I uh I saw this one I saw this one video earlier today. It was like a fitness video. Uh I kind of so on occasion I get sucked into the fitness influencer sphere, and I'll be watching a bunch of them on just video after video after video, and you really get sucked in. It's a really easy place to just dump your time into, because it makes you kind of feel like you're learning something about how to be healthier, but you're like really not doing anything. You're just sitting and watching, and for me at least, hearing things that I'll never apply. Like, sure, they're giving advice, but will I ever use it? No. Like, guaranteed I will not use it. But anyway, I kind of I was kind of thinking about fitness TikTok, or not necessarily TikTok, but fitness online fitness communities compared to like the Andrew Tate sphere that went on when he was going on his whole whatever rise to the top. Um and I feel like they share quite a few similarities in the fact that, like, for me, though, it just kind of seems like they're both kind of preying on people who are insecure at times, and like looking to score off of people who are willing to pay to pay someone who they perceive as better than them to teach them how to just like live a better life, even though it's probably not going to help. Like, I feel like a lot of fitness courses kind of, I don't know that it's necessary for you to get a fitness course, but a lot of fitness videos, they obviously, because they're trying to make money. It makes sense. I don't blame them, but they really make it seem like it's necessary. Like, you gotta buy my course or else you're gonna like stay small forever. Um, and there's definitely an air of like look at these guys who did the course, like they look good, like and they kind of, you can tell that their idea is like they want you to be comparing yourself and thinking that like you look worse than the people that they're showing as examples of transformations. And to me that's very Andrew Tate. To me that's very Andrew Tate. Obviously it's better because like you're actually like, they're selling actual routines, so at least it's something. And like if you follow through with the routine consistently, like, yeah, you'll get better and you'll probably be healthier in the long run, and your life expectancy will probably rise. But it's also like feels it just, I don't know why I get the same kind of manipulative vibes. That's just me though. I'm just kind of, I'm a weirdo like that, you know? I sometimes I see a threat when there is none. It's a bit of a survival instinct that I have. I don't like to, I don't like to put myself in dangerous situations, to be preyed upon by those who are seeking to steal my monetary value. And when I feel like that's happening, You got to call it out. You got to. You simply got to. You must. Um anyways, anyways, I know that I know that this is going to sound like crazy and I know no one's going to agree with me on this, but I was listening to, well actually I wasn't listening, like I didn't actively seek it out. I wasn't listening to, but I heard in a video some of Aisha Speed's like new music that I hadn't heard before. The only songs I think I heard from Aisha Speed, I heard his World Cup song and I heard his I forget what it was. What was it? Oh yeah, I heard his song called Shake. Um Mostly just cuz the music video for that song was like hard. It was hard not to, it was hard not to miss. What? What did I just say? To it was hard to ignore is what I wanted to say. He's a, you know, he's a great dancer. He's got great moves, and he really shows them off in the music video for Shake. Anyway, I heard like the other music that he'd released that I hadn't heard before, and I was like, wait, low key, he's like kind of doing like just as good as like modern rappers who like get streams. Like I could totally see like a group of like middle schoolers really being huge fans of Aisha Speed, not as a streamer, but like as a music personality, like as just someone who releases music. I could totally see him being like a an artist that gains traction among the youth. He has like the perfect aura for it, I feel like, and the the way he delivers his lines and the energy with which he performs, it's like perfect for little, like not little kids, but like, you know, like middle schoolers, like tweens and teens to like latch onto and be like, this guy, he seems like he's confident, so I like him. And I'm actually genuinely impressed. Like I was listening and I was like, bro, if you told me that this was like an actual artist, like if you told me this was like, I don't know, like NLE Choppa or someone, like someone that I haven't really listened to, but I understand that they, you know, have somewhat of a fan base. If you told me that it was one of those guys, I'd be like, oh yeah, yeah, like sounds good enough, like sounds decent enough for me to believe that. And now I don't know how much of a hand Speed had in making these projects. Like I don't know whether or not he actually was in the like in involved with the production of the beats, or like if he was there like mixing it himself. Like I don't know. I doubt he did most of it himself, just because he seems like such a busy guy. I'd be surprised for him to take the time out of his day. You know, he's always on that streaming grind set. But regardless, like if he, you know, if streaming didn't go well for him, like he got an easy second option that still allows him to be on the internet. Um, just something to think about, you know, just something, just a little consideration to make for a potential second career option. I feel like it's like it seems so easy to get into music. I don't know. From an outside perspective, it certainly seems like something where you're like, oh yeah, that's light. Like they don't do much. Like anybody could do that as long as they have a big enough following. But I feel like that also quickly leads to demise of many like many YouTubers turned music artists who thought that to be the case, where they quickly realized like, oh wait, like people actually won't listen if I'm not doing good stuff. And I think that's the trap I'm currently falling into right now. But also I feel like he's like, I don't know. To me, I it's not the kind of music I would listen to for sure, but it definitely seems like the kind of music I would hear the like other people listening to. Like more so than like, I hate to say this, but more so than KSI. Like when I hear KSI, I don't think I don't it doesn't make me think that I could hear someone out in the wild listening to that. But like I feel like I could hear someone out in the wild listening to some of the bangers that have been released under the Aisha Speed name. You know what I'm saying? I just really had to get some juice on that their tongue, because I felt like it was a necessary component. Anyway, I sincerely hope that nobody actually does this move in real life, and it's only a four camera operation. I don't know what would happen if I saw somebody hitting this. I think that would be an immediate police call. 911 instantly on the line. For a justified reason. It would be a completely understandable move to just be like, "Hey, yo, 911, get in here." Like, something's off. Something's off about this guy. Let's be for real. All right. I also, I always do these without reference, or at least I have been for the few that I have done, and it means that I never make something that actually like looks like what I'm trying to make. It just kind of looks like an unrelated thing. Like I don't know what Dale's Mafia actually looks like. I just know that they have like curly hair and they made this face. And without a picture pulled up, I cannot match likeness. So I just kind of did someone who has curly hair and is making this face. And I think that's close enough for most people, to be honest. I don't think anyone's gonna fault me for that, honestly. And this, you know what? I'm gonna say this is not meant. It wasn't meant to be Dale's Mafia in the first place. This was just, just to cover my ass when somebody comes after me saying that the likeness is all wrong. We're gonna make a retrospective change in my intentions with this piece. We're gonna say this was just some random guy, not necessarily to do with any one individual. You know, just some random guy. I'm allowed to do random guys sometimes. That's something that happens. So get off my case, man. Can we get off my case just for a second? I feel like everyone's always on my case all the time is the thing, and sometimes it feels impossible to just I don't know, just like let me be me, you know? Is that too much? Am I saying something that's not possible here? Because I'm totally willing to back off on this. I'm totally willing to, but it just seems like a reasonable request, Let me be me. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of these guys, they just don't understand. They just don't get it. They just don't get the grind set like I do. Oh. But like I feel like there's a world in which like many a rapper could have become a streamer if they had like taken a couple different turns in their journey. Like I feel like Snoop totally could have just streamed instead of rapped. Like if streaming was a thing on when he was on his come up, he would have totally been on that ride. He seems like he's the perfect like nonchalant energy and he like the perfect like personality to banter with chat to where they get like slightly aggroed, but like not enough to leave stream, just enough to like continue fighting against whatever bad takes he threw out just for rage bait. Like the guy seems like he knows what he's doing. I don't know. I just get that impression from him. Then again, I haven't watched a single Snoop stream and of the many. I don't actually know how often he streamed. I just know he streamed for like a second or two a few years ago. But I know it's happened, and I would have assumed it was great. I did see the clips of him leaving the stream on accidentally, coming back hours later and being like, "Oh shoot, the stream is on," and turning it off. I feel like that's hilarious. Like that's golden material right there. To be honest, like if like any streamer did that, I feel like that'd be crazy clips. And I almost feel like he did it on purpose. Like he's got the content mindset already, and he's not even like doing it full time. And I know he probably hasn't streamed in a while. I don't keep up with him, but I just feel like he had an opportunity. He still does. The opportunity never goes away. It's still waiting for him. And if one day he decides I'm strapped for cash, I need a couple donos, he knows he can turn that camera on, hit the go live button, and we'd be here waiting. I feel like this guy has an eyebrow slit. Like, let's be honest. That's what was missing this whole time. That's exactly what was missing. And now that he has the eyebrow slit, like, he's where he needs to be. To be real, to be honest, to be 100% straight up. All right, he's beautiful. Alrighty, in any case, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so very much for your time. I've been Pat, then you've been great. And until next time, kick rocks, pal. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. 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 Bye.